Joe Biden has completed a high-risk visit to Israel, vowing to give the Jewish state everything it needs to defend itself, and backs the claims that Israel is not responsible for the hospital bombing.
I caution this: while you feel that rage, don't be consumed by it. After 9/11, we were enraged in the United States. While we sought justice and got justice, we also made mistakes. I've made wartime decisions. I know the choices are never clear or easy for the leadership. There's always cost.
President Biden's fleeting visit to Israel brought some breakthroughs, including a new deal to open the Gaza-Egypt border to allow critical humanitarian aid to reach Gaza.
President Biden arrived in Israel with the war at a dangerous inflection point. As he was taking off from Washington on Tuesday night, news was breaking of hundreds killed when a missile hit a hospital in Gaza City. The Israelis said it was a rocket that was fired by Palestinian Islamic Jihad and malfunctioned. The US agreed. Biden was met off Air Force One by the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. The two have had their differences recently, but America's support for Israel following the Hamas attacks has been unwavering. Behind closed doors at the Ministry of Defense in Tel Aviv, the two leaders met along with Israel's war cabinet. Biden was briefed on Israel's actions so far and how they hope to achieve their objective. wiping out Hamas.
This will be a different kind of war because Hamas is a different kind of enemy. While Israel seeks to minimize civilian casualties, Hamas seeks to maximize civilian casualties. But united in purpose and with a deep sense of justice and the unbreakable spirit of our soldiers and our people, Israel will prevail.
After the politics, Biden met with victims of the attacks, family members of some of those taken hostage, and some of the people who were first on the scene that Saturday morning 12 days ago.
I treated wounded people, soldiers, civilians, but mostly the children, as I am a pediatrician. So babies burned in their mother's arms, some with stories that I don't think they'll ever recover from.
Addressing the media before taking off back to Washington, Biden had a message for Israel.
The terrorists will not win. Freedom will win. We're going to stand with you. We'll walk beside you in those dark days. We'll walk beside you in the good days to come. And they will come.
He repeated his warning to Iran and then delivered some hope.
Today I asked the Israeli cabinet, who I met with for some time this morning, to agree to the delivery of life-saving humanitarian assistance to civilians in Gaza, based on the understanding that there will be inspections and that the aid should go to civilians, not to Hamas. Israel agreed the humanitarian assistance can begin to move from Egypt to Gaza.
Whilst Biden was speaking in Tel Aviv, Israel's bombardment of the Gaza Strip continued, out of sight and earshot, but barely 40 miles away.
This was a message of solidarity to Israel and the Israeli people. It was a message of condolence and support to the victims and their families. It was a message of caution to Israel's military and political leaders in the battle ahead.
President Biden left Israel after just 7 hours on the ground. It was a short visit after a long flight, but if his trip here has prevented this war from spreading and made progress on other fronts, then it will have been worth it. If not, then the world might be left wondering that if the US president can't, then who can?